What's up everyone, Jonesy here again from the Hyperspace Database, the show where we highlight the great secret history and trivia of all things Star Wars. Today's topic, the M-Class Fighter. The M-Class Fighter was a large starfighter used by the Rebel Alliance some 3 years after the Battle of Yavin, during their time on Hoth, specifically at Echo Base. The M-Class Starfighter was a unique starfighter in that it was an amalgamation of starfighter parts, though it was mainly composed of salvaged Y-Wing components. It was developed by the Rebel Alliance and used during the Galactic Civil War, some 3 years after the Battle of Yavin. The ship was much larger than the average starfighter, being roughly 131 feet compared to the standard 77 feet of the Y-Wing that it was comprised of, and much longer than the 41 feet of the X-Wing starfighter. The ship was a 2-seat vessel, housing the main pilot and a co-pilot, who would assist with the navigation of the craft, as it did not possess an astromech droid for that purpose. The ship was comprised of Y-Wing parts mainly, though it differed from the traditional Y-Wing in its design and function. The M-Class fighter was primarily a scouting vessel, unlike the bomber that it was modeled after. The engine units were thought to be beefier than the Y-Wing, though it lacked the bombing capability and astromech feature of the Y-Wing. It did not possess a turret, and it was only armed with 2 laser cannons, though these were also thought to be heavier than normal because of its lack of other weaponry. It gets its name the M-Wing because of the shape of the hull, which looks like the letter M. It was featured in the Star Wars single-shot comic book A Valentine Story, in which Han Solo, Leia Organa, and Chewbacca ferried 2 of the fighters to the surface of Hoth for use by the Rebellion. The ships were flying down to the surface of the planet when a large ice storm hit, causing the 2 ships to become separated. The fighter holding Han and Leia crash-landed on the planet because of damage to this secondary engine, and they lost track of Chewbacca and his fighter, and his status was unknown after they were separated, though it appeared that he was going to crash-land himself when they last saw him. Han and Leia were forced to keep each other company until they could attempt to locate the base and call for help. Despite their differences and initial arguing, the 2 were able to temporarily reconcile, and even grow closer to each other, though the budding romance was interrupted by a surprise visit from Chewbacca leading a group of rebel rescuers who were trying to find the downed ship. It turned out that Chewbacca had made it to the base in one piece, and then led a search party when Han and Leia didn't make it. While the M-Class fighter was a unique ship that was fairly mysterious, and though there is not much that we know about it, it did protect Han and Leia from a gruesome fate on the frozen planet Hoth, and in a way was somewhat ironic in which it reflected that 2 seemingly incompatible parts can be combined to make something truly wonderful. And that about wraps up this episode, but stick around to the end for some secret trivia. Did you like it? Be sure to check out my other videos, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and the bell to be notified every time I publish a new video. Be sure to select all notifications here and go into your YouTube app settings and select all notifications there to never miss an episode. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we will see you next time.